Hello and welcome back, and today let's talk about the top 10 most pointless deaths in Fear the Walking Dead. And with a show like Fear, this is quite a hard list to make, but after some time thinking, I think I'm very happy with what I've decided for my 10. So let's jump right into this with number 10, Dakota. And she was a main character in season 6 of Fear. She kills off the main villain in the back half of that season, and then she just stands there and takes a nuke to the face. She's never mentioned again, never talked about. She is just introduced to be another Charlie, and then gets killed off so that they can say they killed off a major character by the end of the season with nukes. Number 9 is Ofelia, and she's a Fear season 3 character. And what sucks about her death, and what makes it so pointless, is that first of all, she gets bit, saving absolutely no one. She goes into the vents to try and save everyone, fails, gets bit. So she saved no one, and now she's going to die herself. Pointless. Then she's bit for an entire episode, slowly getting sicker, for her to not even reunite with her dad. So she dies literal seconds before Daniel gets there. It is a really tragic, but a really pointless death, and it's clear Ofelia was killed off because the actors didn't want to continue with Fear the Walking Dead. I think season 4 was going to change location again, and the actors didn't want to uproot their life to go off and film Fear. So that's how she was written out, and that's actually a case for a lot of characters in season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead, them being written out for really dumb reasons. Number 8 is Logan. You have half a season, almost actually 13 episodes of a season, so almost a whole season, building up to be a main villain, just for him to do absolutely nothing, killed off with a shot on the head, and bang, Virginia's there. He is a really pointless villain, and his death is as quick and as forgettable as his entire character himself. So if I'm making pointless deaths, I have to put one of the most pointless villains who had a really dumb death into this list. So Logan, number 8. Number 7 is Wes. What were they thinking with Wes in season 7? His death only exists so they could be like, we entered the Strand arc. They made Wes a villain so that Strand could no longer be the villain, and then killed off Wes. That's enough all I need to say. He is such a pointless character. They felt like they could absolutely character assassinate him, and then give him a really dumb death, and then move on without even thinking about it. So Wes is number 7. Number 6 is Cole. This is a lot like the Morales thing in The Walking Dead. You have a character from the earlier seasons going into season 6, and you have the showrunners hyping up, early season characters returning. It's going to be someone important. Everyone's thinking, it's Madison, because they were saying season 4, a character we haven't seen season 4, and then it's Cole, just for him to be killed by Alicia by the end of the episode. It was really annoying. Like, you hype us up to think something big's going to happen in one of the episodes, and we get a random character we barely knew from season 4. It's really dumb. Number 5 is Charlie. She's a character which I think her death happened way too late. Her death was meant to be this redemption arc for Charlie and Madison, but they waited 5 seasons after the event that made Charlie a massively hated character. Her death was pointless because it was way too late. This should have been, if you're going to have this be Charlie's end goal, a season 5 or at latest a season 6 storyline with Charlie having her take out her life. Also, her death to prevent a battle never even happened. The massacres continued. Well, off screen, of course, because they didn't have the budget to show anything. So Charlie offing herself meant nothing. It was bad for the story, bad for the character, and deserves to be number 5 on this list. Number 4 is Tom. And you might not know who Tom is, but just imagine Fear the Walking Dead Season 5 bridge guy. That's Tom, the guy who was too busy recording to realise the bridge was falling around him and to run away. It is such a dumb death, even though he's a 1 episode character. It deserves to be in the most pointless deaths on Fear the Walking Dead. That's all I can say. He was too busy recording to get off a bridge. Number 4 for him. Number 3 is Nick. Why kill off Nick Clark? He was the protagonist of Fear the Walking Dead, and he is just shot by a child. You then have the whole drama with Charlie. It's then brushed over by the mid-season finale. They mention Nick, but he's just forgotten about and replaced with a really terrible character, Charlie. He is one of the worst character assassinations in the Walking Dead franchise. You have him just randomly murdered, and then his murderer becomes a massive like mainstay of the franchise. This sounds a lot like Glenn. However, Negan was a villain for 2 seasons before he became a hero. But Charlie was forced upon us as Nick's replacement immediately after killing off Nick Clark. Number 2 is Travis from season 3, and this is another case of the actor wanted to leave, so they wrote him out, and you could tell he was killed off before the credits in episode 2 of season 3. And this death was literally almost forgotten about an episode 2 later. You never had anyone talk about Travis or mention Travis. He might have a cameo in the back half of the season in a dream sequence, that's about it. And what sucks is he was originally planned when they were like, okay, I want to leave. They wanted to maybe keep him to the end of the season before killing him off. Nope. Start of episode 2. And what makes it worse is that this is 3 or 2 episodes, should I say, after the death of his son, Chris. So you started this amazing storyline for Travis just for him to be killed off so soon after, and that amount to nothing. And I almost put this at number 1. However, it's not number 1 because number 1 is Troy. And what makes him the most pointless death in Fear the Walking Dead is that they didn't do it once, they did it twice. First of all, he was killed off in season 3, not for story reasons, but because you had the showrunner a bit disgruntled, and he didn't want some of his characters to go over to the new showrunners, so he killed off Troy. That's why he died suddenly in season 3, but then they brought him back in season 8, for him to die 5 episodes later after he gets redeemed, and Madison just straight up murders him randomly. This guy has not 1, but 2 pointless deaths, which both amount to nothing, and are both really dumb deaths. I hate absolutely both of Troy's deaths. I think maybe the first one is a bit better because the second one is there for shock value. It happens in episode 11. Troy's like, let's go do this, Madison. Actually being helpful, Madison just stabs him. I really do like how Troy pulls a fast on Madison saying Tracy is Alicia's daughter, even though she's not, and Madison just panics. But outside of that, I really hate Troy's death. Both of them, and that's why he's number 1 in my opinion. However, please tell me down below, do you agree, do you disagree with my list? And if you disagree, what is your picks in the comments? This is it for today, so thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you later.